Hello, we are happy that you have decided to give the FORESTMANIA lesson in your class. In this video I am going to explain what the lesson is about and give you some tips on how to organize it. This interactive lesson is going to help students obtain new information about forests, familiarize them with the problem of forest depletion, and encourage them to investigate how they can contribute to solving this global ecological issue. You're going to need a computer, a projector, and a screen or an interactive board, as well as the printouts of the materials and a camera. If giving this lesson to primary school students, you are also going to need glue and about 9 to 12 sticks for the whole class. Let's first talk about giving this lesson in primary school. At the start, students are invited to take part in a warm-up activity. They name their associations with the word forest, and the teacher puts them down on the board. It takes 2 to 3 minutes. In the end, discuss with the students what kind of sentiment towards the forest those words imply. The next part of the lesson is an illustrated detective story about how a forest goes missing, and a detective called Sherlock Elk gives up a challenging elkestigation. Your goal at this point is to get the children involved in a dialogue and to prepare them for a game-based task. During the game, the children look around the classroom searching for objects made of wood. These can be notebooks, pencils, desks, chairs, or any other wooden objects. The task is to be done by each student, and it can be repeated several times. If needed, help the children identify the right objects. Set 10 minutes for this task. Next, set slide 6 of the interactive presentation and switch to the next task called Forest News Sheet. Divide the class into 3 groups. Each group receives an A4 piece of paper with a part of the newspaper headline and cards with headlines, texts and photos for news articles. 3 for each group. The goal is to compile news articles by gluing the cards onto the sheet. Then each group presents their part of the news sheet. This task takes 5 to 6 minutes. While showing the slides 7 to 11, tell the students about the functions of the forest vital for the well-being of all living things and about the reasons behind forest depletion around the world. Get the students involved in a dialogue with the help of slides 9 and 10. While searching for the main culprit responsible for the forest gone missing, you are going to arrive at a distressing conclusion: humans do the most harm to the forest. To find a way out of this situation, conduct a game called Forest Balance. The game board is given on slide 12. To mark positions on the board, make sure that you get a counter ready beforehand. This could be a magnet, a sticker, or another similar object. Place the counter on the start square. Explain the rules by using the subscript text of the presentation. Next, give each group a set of 6 random cards. Put them face down in the middle of the table. Identify the order in which the groups are going to move by casting lots or in any other way. When is their time to make a move, a representative of each group takes a card and reads what it says aloud. The cards have descriptions of actions that can be categorized as sensible or wasteful use of products made of wood. These actions lead to either forest depletion or a forest balance. Once the student takes a card and reads the text aloud, reposition the counter in accordance with how many moves forward or backward is indicated on the card. If the counter falls onto a special square, the teacher announces what has happened there and repositions the counter on the board according to the instructions. The game finishes when the forest balance square is reached. If the groups run out of cards before forest balance, suggest to the students that they come up with their own ideas about how to preserve the forest in order to get a chance to move forward and achieve the goal. The game takes about 15 minutes. We hope that your students will enjoy these game-based activities, that they will learn about preserving forests, and that they will certainly achieve forest balance. The lesson for the junior and senior high school students is composed of 2 parts: a general theory-based in-class part and an online part done via a special website. Students from grade 5 to 8 are invited to take an interactive quiz, while students from grades 9 to 11 are invited to participate in a quest offering interactive tasks. For the theory-based introductory part, use the presentation from Appendix 2. The lesson begins with a discussion about the forest. What associations does the word forest evoke? Put the students' answers on the board. In order to provide various points of view on the forest and detail its portrait, do the task from slide 2 in groups. First of all, distribute the characters among the groups. One by one, students call out numbers from 1 to 6, so choosing the first character. Then again, one by one, they call out a number from those that are left from the first round, so choosing the second character. Once each group has chosen 2 numbers, press the Enter key so that the portraits of the characters appear on the screen. Name the characters and, if necessary, provide explanations for the portraits on the screen. Next, the groups are given not more than 4 minutes to come up with 2 stories on behalf of the 2 characters they have chosen. In order to speed up the process, each group could split into 2 subgroups or try to come up with both stories all together. The questions presented on the slide indicate the basics to be covered in the stories. The students can also add anything they want their characters to say. Once the time for the discussion is up, the representatives of each group are interviewed on behalf of their characters one by one. The stories should be told in first person, I or we. Keep track of the time so that each group tells their stories within 1 minute or ask the students to do so themselves. Thank the students for their stories. Now it is time to talk about depletion of forests. While talking about this problem, demonstrate slides 3 to 6 and then show the video from the materials in the appendix. Discuss with the students the information presented in the slides and the video. With the aid of slide 7, explain what sustainable forestry is and ask the students several concept questions to help them understand this new term better. Then ask them to complete a game-based task. Show them slide 8 and explain that to complete the task, they can use the tips from the subscript text. Now divide the students into 3 groups and ask them to pick one of the roles: timber merchants, government officials, or consumers of goods made of wood. Ask each group a number of relevant questions from the subscript text and, if necessary, comment on their answers. The theory-based part is over. Now you can invite the students to participate in the second part of the lesson, which they will need to go through themselves. But first, you need to register all the participants on our webpage. To do this, log into our account at this site and click on the tab titled My Students. This is the section where you register the class which is going to participate in the online part. Once you have entered a student's first and last name, the login and password to the student's user account appear. Give each student their login and password, as well as the following link, where they can register for the quest themselves. In the section titled My Lessons, select the FORESTMANIA lesson and click on the Conduct a Lesson button. Next, select the class and plan a date by which you estimate your students will have completed all the tasks. If more than one class is participating in the lesson, just repeat it. Depending on the class you are about to give the lesson for, you are going to see either a Conduct a Test or Conduct a Quest button. Click on it. Right after that, every student is going to see the list of tasks in their user account. For the junior high school students, the lessons online part has 3 videos and a number of interactive tests. The goal of the videos and tests is to familiarize the students with the concept and principles of sustainable forestry. They are going to help the students solidify the knowledge obtained in class and to start using this knowledge in their lives. Once a student completes a task, they are going to see their results and, if necessary, correct their mistakes. To compile the final report for this lesson, it is necessary that at least 5 students from the class complete the tests. For the senior high school students, we have prepared a practice-oriented quest. It is a game during which the students complete tasks to collect points. The tasks are designed to demonstrate students' creative abilities as well as to develop their public speaking, project design and research skills. To report that they have completed a task, students attach links to post on one of their social media accounts to their user account on the website. Such a reporting format leads to many more people getting involved in forest preservation. You, as the curator, can see the participants' answers and keep track of the tasks already completed. See the Quest button. Also, please note that to be able to compile the final report for this lesson, it is necessary that at least 5 students from each class complete at least 5 tasks of the quest. Please study all the methodical materials carefully. They offer a methodical guide with step-by-step instructions on how to organize and give the lesson, as well as the presentation and materials for the game-based tasks. We hope that the tasks we have designed will capture the students' attention and help them obtain the knowledge necessary to start caring for the forest. We thank you for taking responsibility and caring for nature.